Assalamualaikum, my name is Sunaywal and I'm 13 years old and I'm a student at Council Learn and Care Foundation level bachelor. So today I'm going to take one more time interview with Yahya and I ask some questions with him on that topic the history of our home in our world. So let's start with the talk. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing really well. Thanks for asking. It's always nice to chat with you. How's your day going so far?
My day going best and today
Uh,
we have some questions for you on the topic Earth, the history of our home in our world.
that's great to hear. It sounds like you're having a pretty good day so far, and I'm here to make it even better.
Okay, so my first question with you is that what was the Earth like billion of years ago?
Well, about 90 million years ago, Earth was in the middle of the Cretaceous period, and it was a pretty warm place. Definitely warmer than it is today. In fact, the poles didn't have much ice at all, and you could find temperate rainforests even in places like Antarctica. In fact, at the time of the Cretaceous, this was a time when continents were shifting and starting to break apart from the ancient supercontinent known as Pangaea. Overall, it was a planet full of dinosaurs, lush forests, and newly forming oceans.
Okay, that's great. My second question with you is that when did life first appear on Earth?
Life on Earth is thought to have first occurred at least around 3.5 billion years ago, and possibly as early as 4.1 billion years ago. The earliest known fossils that show signs of life are about 3.48 billion years old. Scientists believe that life emerged not too long after the Earth's oceans formed, which was around 4.5 billion years ago. Can't wait to hear more from you.
Okay, my next question is what was the first living organism?
Absolutely. So the first simple single-celled life forms most likely emerged in Earth's ancient oceans. This was well over 3.5 billion years ago. Over a long, long period of time, those single-celled organisms eventually evolved into more complex life forms.
Okay, my next question is how did dinosaurs become extinct?
Well, the extinction of the dinosaurs is a pretty famous story. It happened about 66 million years ago, and the leading theory is that a massive asteroid, roughly the size of a city, crashed into Earth near what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. This impact caused enormous wildfires, triggered tsunamis, and threw so much debris into the atmosphere that it drastically changed the climate.
Okay, my next question is what happened during the Ice Age?
The Ice Age was a period when large parts of the Earth were covered in ice sheets and glaciers. These ice ages didn't happen just once, but in cycles. During these times, global temperatures were much colder, and huge glaciers advanced over continents, shaping landscapes and creating valleys. When the climate warmed up again, these glaciers melted and retreated.
Okay, my next question is how has Earth changed over millions of years?
You know, the Ice Age is a fascinating topic. It was a time when global temperatures dropped significantly and huge ice sheets spread over large parts of the continents. Animals and plants had to adapt to these colder conditions, and when things warmed up, the ice retreated and reshaped the land.
My next question is what can fossils tell us about Earth's past?
Earth's gone through some incredible transformations over millions of years. In the distant past, our planet looked very different. Continents have drifted apart and collided, mountains have risen and worn down, oceans have opened and closed. And of course, life has evolved and adapted through all of these changes.
Okay, my question is what can fossils tell us about Earth's past?
Sure. Earth formed about 4.5 billion years ago from a cloud of gas and dust in space. Over time, it cooled down and developed a solid crust, and then ocean formed. The continents we know today were once part of supercontinents that later broke apart and drifted into their current positions.
My next question is why do scientists study rocks?
It's really fascinating to think about how Earth has changed over such a long stretch of time. We started off as just a hot, molten young planet, and over billions of years, we've gone through ice ages, the rise and fall of oceans, and the drifting of continents. It's a pretty incredible journey.
Okay, my next question is why
It's
do
really incredible.
how do they know the age of the Earth?
Scientists have some clever methods for figuring out Earth's age. They use techniques like radiometric dating, where they measure the decay of radioactive elements in rocks, kind of like reading nature's own clock.
Okay, my next question is nature and environment. Why is water important for life?
Learning is super important because it's how we grow and understand the world around us. It helps us make better decisions, come up with new ideas, and even connect with other people.
Okay, my next question is why are forests important?
Water is absolutely essential for life because it's a universal solvent, which means it can dissolve more substances than pretty much any other liquid.
Okay, my next question is what goes
And that
earthquake? What goes earthquake?
Hey, that's a great question. Earthquakes happen because of movements in the Earth's crust. So basically, the Earth's outer layer is made up of these giant pieces called tectonic plates, and sometimes they shift or collide.
Okay, my next question is what goes volcanoes? My question is what goes volcanoes? Hello, can you hear me?
And when they do, they release energy that travels through the Earth and causes the ground to shake.
Okay, that's
So, yeah.
great. And my next question is how are mountains formed?
So, yeah, these tectonic shifts are the reason we have earthquakes, and understanding that helps us stay prepared.
No, no. My question is how are mountains formed?
Absolutely. Mountains are actually formed by those same tectonic plates that cause earthquakes. When two plates push against each other, the land gets forced up and creates these huge, amazing mountain ranges over time.
Okay, that's great. My next
And
question
so
is
that's
why do seasons change?
well, the changing of the seasons is all because of the Earth's tilt as it orbits around the sun. So basically, the Earth is tilted on its axis, and that means different parts of the planet get different amounts of sunlight throughout the year.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is what is climate change?
Absolutely. Climate change is this long term shift in temperatures and weather patterns. It's mainly driven by human activities, especially things like burning fossil fuels, which release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. And over time, that changes the Earth's climate.
Okay, that's also great. And my next question is how does pollution affect Earth?
And that's basically the big picture of climate change. It's all about how these gases are warming up our planet over time.
My next question is why should we protect wildlife?
So, the idea is that by understanding how our activities affect the climate, we can work together to reduce those impacts and help keep our planet healthy.
My
It's all
next
about
question
making those.
is what happens if forests disappear?
If a forest disappears, it can have a pretty big impact on the environment. Forests help clean the air, provide habitats for wildlife, and even play a role in regulating the climate.
Okay, my next question is how do you human change the earth? What are the biggest environment?
Well, if we wanted to terraform the Earth, basically changing its environment on a huge scale, we'd be looking at some pretty intense tools. For example, large scale carbon capture to remove greenhouse gases from the atmosphere would be one approach. Another might be reforestation on a massive scale, or even using technology to reflect sunlight. It's all pretty futuristic stuff.
That's very good. So my next question is, what are the biggest environment problem today?
Well, humans shape the earth in many ways, building cities, farming, using natural resources, and affecting ecosystems. As for the rules of life, that's a bigger question. You could say it's all about how living things interact, adapt, and survive together on our shared planet.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is that how can we reduce pollution?
Reducing pollution often starts with small steps, like using less energy, recycling more, and supporting clean energy options. Even little changes can add up to make a big difference.
Okay, so my next question is, why is recycling important?
Reducing pollution can feel like a big challenge, but it really does start with everyday choices. So, focusing on those small actions that we can take can really add up over time.
Okay, that's great. Then my next question is, how can we save water?
Recycling is so important because it helps cut down on waste, conserves resources, and reduces the need for new raw materials. It's a simple way to do our part for the planet.
Okay, my question is, how can we save water?
Saving water can be as simple as fixing leaks around the house, using water efficient appliances, or even just turning off the tap while brushing your teeth. It all adds up.
Okay, so my next question is, how can we save electricity?
Saving electricity can be as simple as turning off lights when you leave a room, unplugging devices that aren't in use, or using energy efficient appliances. Making those small changes can really add up over time.
Okay, so my next question is, what is renewable energy?
Hey, absolutely. So if you're wondering how to save electricity, those little daily habits really do add up. Keep it up.
Okay, so my next question is, how can students help to protect the earth?
Students can definitely make a big impact by being mindful of how they use energy at school and at home. Every little habit, like turning off unused devices or using natural light whenever possible, can really help conserve electricity.
Okay, my next question is, what is your biggest environmental concern?
That's a great idea. I'd be happy to create a podcast for you on that topic. Let me do that together.
My question is, what is your biggest environmental concern?
I'm really glad to hear that. It's always great to chat and share some thoughts together. If you ever have more questions or anything else in mind, just let me know.
Yes, my question is, why should everyone care about the earth?
Well, caring about the Earth means caring about our own future. It's our home, and everything we do to protect it helps ensure we have a healthy, beautiful place to live for generations to come.
Okay. Okay. What would Earth be like without water?
It's an interesting thought. Without human life, the Earth would probably revert to a more natural state, with wildlife taking over and ecosystems finding a new balance. It'd be a quieter planet, that's for sure.
Okay, so my next question is, could human live on another planet? Why or why not?
That's a fascinating question. So, the idea of humans living on another planet is something scientists have explored for a while, and there are a few challenges and possibilities to consider.
Okay, my next question is, if
For
you could
example,
change one thing to protect Earth, what would it be?
that's an interesting thought. If humans weren't on Earth, the planet would probably thrive in its own natural way. Ecosystems would rebalance, wildlife would flourish, and nature would really take center stage again.
Okay, but my question is, if you could change one thing to protect Earth, what would it be?
You know, that's a thought provoking question. If I could change one thing, I think it would be to ensure that everyone has a stronger sense of environmental responsibility. It would be amazing if we could all have an innate appreciation for taking care of our planet so that future generations can enjoy it just as much as we do.
Okay, my next question is, what makes
And in
Earth unique compared to other planets?
Absolutely. Earth is indeed quite unique compared to other planets in our solar system. It has a perfect blend of conditions that support life as we know it, like the right temperature range, liquid water, and a breathable atmosphere. So it really is a special home for us.
What is the most beautiful place on Earth you want to visit?
Ooh, great question. I think one of the most beautiful places that would be amazing to visit is the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. It's just such a vibrant, stunning natural wonder.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, why is it important to teach children about the Earth?
That's a really good question, and it's so important to think about. Teaching children about the Earth helps them understand their connection to the planet, and it really empowers them to care for the environment as they grow.
Okay, my next question
Exactly, and when kids learn from a
is,
young
in
age,
one sentence, how would you describe Earth?
in one sentence, I'd say Earth is our incredible, life sustaining home, full of natural wonders and endless beauty. Beautiful planet.
Thank you so much, everyone, for giving us your important time. We come back